Good morning. My name is Jan Buck. I got up here this morning just to make sure I could see over this lectern. Linda asked us to talk about how we see God moving here at Union. And it got me thinking back when I was a child, when I was young and sitting in a congregation similar to a lot of our children here in my hometown Methodist church. I would hear the ministers say, "Let he who has ears to hear, let him hear. And let he who has eyes to see, let him see." And I remember sitting there thinking, I wonder if I'll ever be one of those people that'll have those ears to hear or those eyes to see. I realized that it meant seeing and hearing the voice of God. Now, when I was younger, I really did think that mine was probably going to be an audible voice. But as I've grown up in my faith a little bit, I realized that we all have eyes to see and ears to hear. It's a matter of choice. Do we choose to look and listen, to hear God's words and see what He's doing around us? I've discovered that it's not really finding God, that we don't find Him usually in the big and the loud. We usually find Him in the small and the quiet. Now, I see Union as a wonderful place to see God working. You don't have to look far to find it. I notice the smile on someone's face on Sunday morning, and I know God lives in their heart. I see people hugging in the narthex when I come in on Sunday morning, and I know God is there. I know once in a while God will move the choir in a particular anthem. I know from a sermon some of you have found exactly the words that you needed to hear that day. God is here moving quietly among us within our sanctuary. During Living Christmas Story casting is well underway, and Gail, Alfred, and I have been spending many hours together this last week or so. We put names in the book as to who's going to play what role, but behind each name and each family, there's a story of how they've connected with God, how God's connected in their lives. Sometimes we see it through the face of a child who's just turned 8 years old and is now old enough to be an angel. Sometimes it's an eager young family ready to play Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. They're excited about sharing the gift that God has just given them with everyone else. I remember one year in particular, many years ago, when a Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus were dressed and ready to go out and sitting on the floor in the Wesley Center. They realized at that moment that their loss of another baby was on that very same night the year before. Now, only God can do something wonderful like that. I see God moving among us in His family here at Union, in His quiet and unassuming ways. He does this because He wants us to have our hope in His love and His grace. Look with your eyes and hearts, and I know you'll see it too. You'll see Him moving within and among us. Thank you.